This is a CPU, a normal, happy little chip, running exactly how the factory intended. And this is what happens when someone decides that factory intended sounds less like guidance and more like an insult. There are 7 levels of Overclocker. By the end, one of them is pouring liquid nitrogen onto a $700 chip just to win a contest that pays nothing. So let's climb. As we go up, figure out where you stop. Drop your level in the comments. I'm betting you tap out earlier than you'd like to admit. Level 1. The XMP Believer. Level 1 starts in the BIOS. Our hero just finished his first build, and he finds a setting called XMP, or Expo if he built on AMD. He clicks it. His RAM jumps from 3,200 to 6,000 megahertz. The system boots, nothing explodes, and suddenly he believes he has bent silicon to his will. He tells his friends he overclocked his PC. He says it slowly so they understand the weight of it. But here's the truth. XMP and EXPO are pre-tested memory profiles made by the manufacturer. He did not manually overclock anything. He pressed the button the hardware was designed to use. It is still useful. It is still free performance, and leaving fast RAM at default speed is a waste. But it is the kiddie pool. And one night, staring at that one little number, he thinks, what if I pushed it myself? Level 2. The Megahertz Chaser. Level 2 is where the button pressing ends and the suffering begins. He raises the CPU clock by 100 megahertz. Reboot. Blue screen. He backs off to 50. Freeze. He backs off to 25. Adds a little voltage, and it boots. Victory! For about 9 minutes. Then it crashes again. This is the loop. Tweak, reboot, crash. Tweak, reboot, crash. At 2 in the morning, whispering, just one more try, like a man who is already lost. Every overclocker learns this pain eventually. A corrupted save, a failed render, a tiny piece of sanity traded for a slightly bigger number. And this is where he learns what stable actually means. Stable does not mean the PC turned on. Stable does not mean Windows opened. Stable means it survives real stress without falling apart. So he tests, he watches temperatures, he watches voltage, he watches the score rise a little, then watches the power draw rise a lot. And slowly, he realizes the truth. Chasing raw megahertz is not always intelligence. Sometimes it is just heat, noise, and pain wearing a bigger number. Still here? Good, because this is where overclocking stops being about speed and starts becoming a religion. Level 3. The undervolter. Level 3 has seen the light. He stops asking, how high can I push this, and starts asking, how little power can I feed it? This is undervolting. Same performance, less voltage, less heat, less noise. And once he sees it work, he becomes annoying in a completely new way. He no longer brags about megahertz. That is level 2 behavior. Now he talks about efficiency curves, wattage, fan noise, and performance per watt like he has discovered forbidden knowledge. He looks at people adding voltage for 3 extra frames and judges them. Quietly at first, then very loudly. And honestly, he is not wrong. For most normal PC users, undervolting is the smartest move on this entire ladder. The system runs cooler, the fans stay quieter, the power draw drops, and in many cases, the real-world performance barely changes. It feels less dramatic than overclocking, but that is the point. Level 3 learns that a better PC is not always the one pushed hardest. Sometimes it is the one wasting the least. Level 4. The benchmark junkie. Level 4 does not play games anymore. The benchmark is the game. Cinebench in the morning, 3D Mark at lunch, HWBOT at night. He refreshes rankings like other people check the weather. His Steam library still exists, but mostly as a stress test collection. He opens a game, watches the temperature graph, checks the frame time, and closes it before the story begins. He has not finished a single game this year, but he knows his Cinebench score to the exact point. He also knows the score of the guy ranked 1 place above him. He hates that guy. At this level, the PC stops being a tool and becomes a measuring machine. Every fan curve, voltage offset, RAM timing, and background process exists for one reason: make the number go up. And here is the quiet part. Somewhere along the way, the number stopped being connected to anything useful. He is not meaningfully faster in his actual life. He is not having more fun. He just has a higher score than a stranger online. But that number feels like proof. Proof that the tweaking mattered. Proof that the suffering was not wasted. Proof that he knows something other people do not. And that is the trap, because there is always another number above it. From here on, normal people turn back. The next 3 levels cost more than the entire PC they are cooling. So, if you have made it this far, you might already have a problem. Continuing with the final third, keeping it tighter, like the revised parts. Level 5, the Silicon Lottery Gambler. Level 5 has decided the problem is not his settings, it is his chip. So he enters the Silicon Lottery. He buys CPUs, tests them, keeps the strongest one, and sells the rest. He learns the word binning and immediately becomes impossible to talk to, because not every chip is equal. 2 CPUs can have the same name on the box, but one may handle higher clocks, lower voltage, or cooler temperatures better than the other. To level 5, that tiny difference is everything. Then he goes further. He delids. That means removing the metal heat spreader from the top of the CPU, so he can improve heat transfer underneath. It is risky, nerve-wracking, and absolutely not something a normal person should do casually. One mistake in a very expensive processor becomes desk decoration. But when the temperature drops by 8 degrees, he does not think about the risk. He feels like a surgeon. Level 6, the Custom Loop Extremist. Level 6 has decided that normal cooling is for people with self-control. He builds a custom loop. Then he adds more radiator space. Then better blocks. Then stronger pumps. Then, somehow, a chiller enters the room. Now his coolant can drop below room temperature, sub-ambient. That sounds powerful, until he meets his new enemy, condensation. Cold metal pulls moisture from the air, and moisture near a live motherboard is not a small problem. So now he is not just tuning a PC, he is watching humidity like a weather station with anxiety. Anyone living with him has stopped asking questions. They just see tubes, sensors, towels, cables, and one man staring at a motherboard like it owes him money. At this point, he is no longer simply overclocking a computer, he is fighting physics, and physics still has one final trick left. Level 7, the LN2 Madman. Level 7 is the top. He is not using air, he is not using water, he is not even using chilled water, he is using liquid nitrogen. Negative 196 degrees. Extreme benchmarkers poured into a copper pot mounted above the chip, while the whole setup disappears into fog like the PC is leaving this dimension. This is not gaming, this is not everyday performance, this is world record hunting. He spends thousands of dollars, burns through nights of testing, and prepares one perfect run for a benchmark that may last less than a minute. Then it happens. The score lands. He beats the record by 0.3%. To everyone else, that is madness. To him, it makes perfect sense. Because at this level, overclocking is not about getting a smoother game or saving time on a render. It is a sport. A weird sport. An expensive sport, but still a real one. There are rankings, there are legends, there are records that stand until someone colder, richer, and more sleep-deprived shows up. This is the ceiling, and somehow, he is proud to be there. And it all started with one button, XMP, Level 1. The same itch that makes a beginner enable a memory profile is the same itch that makes a legend chase a world record with liquid nitrogen. It never really turns off, it just gets more expensive. So which level are you? Be honest, because every overclocker says they would never go further than they already have. Right up until the night, they do. Comment your level, subscribe if you're still climbing,